This is another week of videos. This one's probably going to be shorter. But last week we talked about using this here Rivet tool, and then I realized we probably didn't explain how that works. So I'll show you what we got here. See if I can do this without dropping it. So here's your tool in these little cases here. See if I can open one of these up. I can't open one of these up. In these little cases are your little threaded inserts that then screw into this. This here, when it focuses, is your rivet nut. And I just dropped it.
It's alright, we didn't need that one.
Okay, anyway, so what you do is you sandwich this in between your pieces of metal, and then it's got threads in there for a bolt. And so what we're going to use these for while we show you is
installing a fire extinguisher, because the truck's older than me and I don't trust it to not burst into flames.
So we'll show you how that works. First off, you need to know what size your screws are. So we just got back from the hardware store. We picked up some 10 by 24 machine screws.
Bitty countersunk. Ooh, focus here, please. Thank you. Not there. Here, please. Thank you. Two these screws. So countersunk screws. They are 1024, and they fit nicely into the holes of the bracket mount for the extinguisher.
This is the tool from Harbor Freight. Comes with your little container, your little rivet tool. Inside those containers are the pieces that actually go to the tool, and it comes with the tool. And like I said before, the rivet nuts. So 1024 is this thread here. The rivet nut inserts match the threads on the little piece that goes in the tool. So you find those that match. All of them are in their own little cases that are labeled. Once you do that, you grab your tool here. You've got to change this out. When you drill the holes for these, you want that hole to be ideally as close to this size as possible so that it can really grip on there. So what we're going to do is take a digital caliper, like what he's got there in his hand, and measure it to find the exact size, and then measure it a little bit to match.
So if you get a good set of these, and not from Harbor Freight, they're probably going to come with instructions as well as hole sizes for these things, and stuff that it probably should come with. But as you can see, it's backwards for you, or is it backwards for me? I don't know.
It's backwards for you.
It is 0.2622 or 55. 0.2650. Camera, please. Thank you. 0.2650. So just over a quarter. A quarter would probably work, and then you just tap it down in there. That'd probably be best, to be honest.
That's what we're going to do.
So I've been testing this out for the last couple weeks with Velcro on the back of this, but Velcro's not tight enough to hold on. So I like where this sits. It doesn't interfere with the passenger's legs, and I can reach it easily from the driver's side. So what we're doing is we're just going to pop it out of the bracket, move it out of the way, and then mark our holes with a permanent marker. At our points here and here, we're going to go ahead and drill our 1/4 inch holes, and hopefully we're not going to go through the floor pan, and it is what it is. We're going to grab our rivet nut tool, stick it down in our hole. What you do now, pull these out, force them back up, crimp it down. Open them up again, tighten this right here, this knurled knob. You just grab it and twist it like this, and then force them out again. Alright, so everyone's seen the kind of janky paracord survival bracelets in the gas station or Walmart or any outdoors store. While they do have a decent amount of paracord in them, especially the multicolored ones, aren't really useful for anything that you're going to do survival wise. But what we're doing now is we are doing a cobra weave on this. This is, the bracket broke on the fire extinguisher, so we're doing a cobra weave to mount the thing to the actual floor of the truck and make sure it's not hemming and hawing back and forth all over the place while I'm driving. So I've taken this around the circumference of the fire extinguisher, and I know how much length I needed, so I'm adjusting right now because I got this side a little bit long. But I tied a square knot at the end. If you don't know what a square knot is, YouTube it. It's extremely easy. It's a little bit confusing. A lot of people just say go right over left, left over right, but that's always confused me. What you want to be able to do with a square knot is separate those like this freely. If you can't do that, you've got a granny knot. It's two like shoelace knots. If you can't do this, split them like that, you've got a granny knot. Anyhow, once you've got your square knot, you're going to start your first loop. Your first loop will be either left or right, it doesn't matter, but I like to take the left and pass it over, and then you take your second strand, go over top of the first strand and under your two and back through. So we got our first loop started. And then what you want to do is after that, you go the opposite side. You just switch back and forth. Throwing it over the first two, take your opposite side, over the one across the first two, and then under and back out. Here you can see them. Yeah, you can see it. It doesn't have to be super focused, right?
There it goes.
We gotta have, there we go. We'll put the bolts through here and they'll be underneath the fire extinguisher. It'll wrap around like this. And then you just have to pinch and it'll be able to go. All right, y'all. Truck's a little bit safer now. You saw us blunder to install a kind of jank setup for our fire extinguisher. I will be trying to get a metal mounting bracket, but that's the one that came with it from Rolling World. So
And it works.
it works. It's just we had to fix and fix and fix, and the only reason we had to add the paracord was because the mount broke the first day we got it. So if you're going to get one from Walmart, I suggest you buy a metal mounting bracket for the thing in the first place, one. And two, if you're going to mount this in here, learn from our mistakes, clear out the sound deadening before you put in the thread certs, and make sure you have a clear line of sight, either underneath the truck or inside, to make sure you're actually seated all the way onto that metal, because if you're not, it's going to crip up and out, and it's not going to actually grab onto the sheet metal like it's supposed to. So learn from our mistakes.
And there's other ways of doing this. You don't have to drill holes and put the rib nuts in there. You can always just take self-tapper and zip it right through and boom, you're done. But it's not necessarily the proper way to do it, and we were trying to make it a little more professional and nicer, so we went this route, and as you can see, it's kind of a pain, but we got it. So I think that's it for this video, guys. So if you want to see some more videos on this truck or other things we do with rib nuts, we have a big project using lots of rib nuts coming up. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know too if you think that the rib nuts are a better solution than the self-tapping screws. Put that down in the comments whether you use rib nuts or self-tapping screws. That's it. Next week, I think we might do the project with all the rib nuts. So, bye.
Later.